It looks like Cool Eagle has been streaming for about 3.5 years consistently. And then when you ask Cool Eagle, what is your community and channel about, he says, variety streaming mostly focused on tactical survival management and roguelikes. Okay, cool. I would ask, and this is something that I would go forward asking, is what makes you, what makes you different, what makes you unique as a streamer? And I'm going to actually change that question to better reflect what I'm after there. But cool, variety streaming, tactical survival management, and roguelikes. What's your streaming schedule? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday 8:30 to 11:30 Central Standard Time. Okay, great. So that would put you, is it like 10 a.m. there? 10:17? Oh yeah. You don't need to rush, man. What would you like to get out of the review? Well, it's always nice to get feedback from other people on things to improve and look into. Great. What particular things do you want looked at or questions do you have? I don't think I have anything particular to focus on, but I am curious on comments you may have regarding an overall picture of my channel. Okay, great. And then, do you have any specific questions that you would like answered? What are some strategies to make my channel more visible and bring in more new viewers? Okay, that's a great one. And actually, that is a very common question for what I see doing these things. And I have more insight on that I'd be glad to give. So as we go through all this, I'll try to keep that in mind. And then at the very end, for sure, we'll talk about how those things play into it. So now let's take a look a bit at how you populate your Twitch page and see what we can find. So I'm just gonna refresh the page. I would like to see all right, so looking at the video carousel, he already knows what I'm going to say here. He says I'm gonna yell at him, but I haven't yet yelled on this stream at a streamer. There's no channel trailer, and it's a relatively new feature, but it's been around for a while. It allows you to upload a video on Twitch, and generally recommended that it's a 60-second video that explains what your channel's about. Consider doing one of those trailers. Consider making about a 1-minute video, and it says, hey, my name's TheKoolEagle. It could be voiceover with something cool like a clip montage, or it could be just your talking head at the camera, and you can say, hey, I'm TheKoolEagle. This is what my stream's about. This is who I am. You talk about what makes your channel unique and your community awesome. Then you talk about when you're live, and then close it out and thank them for coming. That should easily fill up about a minute, honestly. Most streamers have no problem talking about things for about 59 or less seconds. So there's that. I didn't yell at you. But I'm gonna note that. Get a trailer up when you can. It's not urgent. But I'll consider what? Why the Bible thumb? You don't think about it because, PR folks and stuff probably would like that. I mean, honestly, I don't even... it would benefit PR people, but frankly, it's actually more about giving viewers a better idea of who you are. Because you may not notice it or you may not see it, But even like, like a streamer your size, you're gonna see, I would say around a dozen to 2 dozen new people that float through your channel, whether you're online or not, on a given day. And the trailer's there to kind of help give people an idea of how it works. Now, I widely admit that it's not as common yet. It's not a common thing on a lot of channels. I would say your review number 8. I think 2 people had trailers out of 8. And I think that's pretty reflective, actually, of what's going on Twitch. Not a lot of people have done it. And actually, in and of itself, that is why it's worth having one, because it lets you stand out. You know what I mean? Hey, House of Doggis, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. House of Doggis is one of the people I've reviewed, and he's great. He has a great trailer, actually. He's one of the 2 people of the 8 people that I reviewed. He's one of the 2 that actually did a trailer. Yo, Rage, do your thing. Have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's take a look at the rest of this. So, Cool Eagle, I've always noticed this profile pic. We'll see you later, Rage. Have a good one, man. So I've noticed this. Is this kind of the brand or like the representation of your stream? Because I never got the story about it. It confused me because you go by the Cool Eagle, but it's a doggo. Yeah, it's the mascot. What does the mascot have a name? And do you use this? It's just a corgi. But do you use this across all other things? You do? Okay, good. You've been trying to get it changed to Kegel for about 3 years. I guess there's a disconnect for me between a corgi, which is cute. This is adorable. Between a corgi and the name Cool Eagle, but maybe is there a story? Is there a story? I'm just curious. Because it's always confused me that you go by Cool Eagle and it's a doggo as the picture. It doesn't seem as cohesive in terms of like form and feel for it. So you did the same for your stream. I gotcha. I'm just curious about the story behind it. I didn't know what it was. You didn't want to. Yeah, no, I totally get you, man. Okay, cool. All right. Let's look at your profile banner. So your profile banner features the corgi. And it looks like you're doing actually great here. This is one of the things I tend to point out when people are doing, their thing here. And it's a common mistake. It looks like you've managed to do great here because this video carousel blocks the center. You have something that is off center. And this isn't blocking anything, so that's great. Looks good. I feel like you should name the corgi. Is that weird? I don't know. So when you're trying to, I'm kind of curious. In terms of the Kegel part, how often do you check up on that name? Once a month, yeah. That's tough, dude. All right, let's do a quick look at this. You are indeed a variety streamer. I see Ark, Battletech, Alien Isolation, Mountain Blade, and Noita. This tells me that at least there's a pretty good selection of games that you play within a short span of time. This tells me that you're still active though, and that's good. So does your recent broadcast list. So it looks like you've got a fairly stable schedule, and of course your suggested streamers is populated and looks good. And of course, remember to populate this list with folks that of course you enjoy putting in front of your community. So many times I see this in one of two conditions for a lot of streamers. It's either completely empty or it's full of all the big streamers. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I do have more of a like philosophical point of view on that, in terms of as long as you're okay, if that's what you want to promote, great. I personally like to promote people that I know more personally, and people that I know would really gel well with the folks that I stream to. So I try to make it pretty consistent in terms of knowing, like, if you like my content, I kind of treat it like, if you like my content, here's some people that you would enjoy as well. So feel free to do that. Let's bust into the panels. All right, let's read this description. Hi, I'm TheKoolEagle, but you can call me Keegle for short. I like to play a variety of games, but I focus on tactical, 4X, simulation, survival, and roguelike. Sometimes I do fundraising for JDRF because my son has type 1 diabetes. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have about Q1D. Great. This is good. That is perfect. I think this is the perfect length. The only thing I would recommend here is that you continue to look for the things that would that you could lean on and say, this is really what's unique about my channel. These are the things that make me unique as a person, and what really keeps those that watch you interested. So let's see, about great length. Continue to find the things that make you unique. And the point about the fundraising and the diabetes awareness, that's awesome. Like, that's awesome. Knowing that that is something important to you is truly helpful. And so I think you're on the right track there. I'd also just think about other things that make you, TheKoolEagle, unique. All right, let's look at you should probably mention the juggling. People like the juggling. There you go, man. All right. I don't know why this happens, but I've noticed this happened yesterday. I'm going to refresh it and it's going to be there. There we go. People like the juggling. Well, that's good. Okay. Well, let's take a moment here. Can we talk about this for a minute? All right. So we've got your Twitter and we've got your Discord. So do you call your community the Corgi Chill Zone? Is that what it's called? So that's what you call it. Okay. I would reinforce that by mentioning it in your about section. or yeah, in your about section and be like, hey, yo, you know, welcome, I'm TheKoolEagle. We call this the Corgi Chill Zone to kind of bring cohesiveness to that. There is some connection here using the Corgi on your Twitter and on your page, so that's excellent. And you know, one thing to consider, I know this is your mascot, but I'll be honest, I think this image you use as your Twitter profile lands more to me. It means more to me if I saw that here. But you know, and then you still have the TheKoolEagle mascot up on the banner. I think your face, people don't like to see their own faces, but honestly, it really helps. It really helps for this sort of thing. But mascots work, logos work. I think the best thing here is always the streamer's face. So I'm gonna add that. Consider, and that's a great photo, man. That expression's great. Consider using your your headshot that's on your Twitter profile. That's hilarious, though. Also, people don't know this about their Discord. You can choose a background. You can choose your background. So let's take a look at your Twitter really quick. Don't choose that background. Yeah, don't choose that one. So your Twitter timeline looks pretty good. It looks like you're posting on some pretty regular intervals, and it's varied. It has different posts. This is good. Looks like you're using things like GIFs and images while you post for your stream, which is excellent. It looks like you're active. It looks like people are engaging you. Good job, man. This looks good. This looks good. And yeah, seriously, consider using this photo on your Twitch page. Consider it. All right. I feel like there's a rough disconnect on the calling it the Corgi Chill Zone. But you know, make sure you're, I don't know, like I'm not in your streams as often as I'd like, but I haven't heard it referred to as such. We're gonna join, and I just want to look at your server icon. I want to look at your server icon. We're gonna do one of these. Actually, wait. Let me pull up my actual Discord. Oh, that's right. I think I am in it somewhere. Hold on. Stand by. Where is TheKoolEagle? I have like 50 plus servers. Did it not join it? Did that not work? Am I on it? Let's look. Real strange. I'm gonna try one more thing. I wanna see it. I also, actually, you know, I haven't really said much about this on these reviews, but I also have a lot of knowledge when it comes to Discord management. Okay, Corgi Chill Zone. Opt in at the rules. Cool. So it does look consistent. It looks fine. So I clicked join and it didn't show me anything in this browser. So I was like, maybe I'm already in it, but I didn't think I was. It properly let me join. Anyway, so the link works. Everything works there. All right. Let's take a look at the rest of this page. So you have some very consistent banners here. More of the corgi. The more I think about it, the more I think maybe you should consider naming the corgi. But that's me. Humble partner. Let's make sure these work. It's all look good. Now, what I would consider doing here is I would probably shift your schedule to the first slot. So people don't have to scroll slightly to look for it. It's the first thing you see. In my experience, most people look at the panels specifically to look at schedules or commands, things like that. And it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt anything to put the schedules first. They'll still see the sub button. They'll still see the tip button. I don't think that would hurt anything. Since you already have, some people still have a second about section down here. You don't have to. Sometimes it's a good idea to have like a chat rules section if that's important to you. So I would consider doing that too. What I would say about this humble partner, it's so big. It's so big. What I like to do, and I mean, this is totally a taste thing as well. Consider doing a panel button in the style of your other ones with the corgi on it, and have it say humble partner. Because I feel like this steals so much real estate on the lower half of your page, and it's so needlessly large. You know what I mean? And it just feels like it throws everything else off, right? The only thing bigger than the humble partner button is the schedule widget, and I don't know, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, you know, not in a good way. On mine, when I was putting humble on my page, I just made my own button. But I know this is one of the assets that they supply. A lot of people use it. I think if you already got good, strong, consistent panel branding, there's nothing wrong with replacing it. It'll still accomplish the same thing. So let's see, great consistency across panels. Consider updating the humble button to look like the rest of your panels. Consider moving the scheduler to the first slot. Looks good. Awesome. Schedule. Okay, so we have a schedule. This does seem to align with your life schedule here. We have a TBD from 6:30 to 9:30. My time, not yours. Which is really nice about the schedule widget. So you'll just, you know, what I would do, this is a super minor thing. Instead of saying TBD, just be like you know, something awesome here, or you know, like that, something a little funny. Or it could be, you know, it could say something like, you know, Kegel plays a thing. All right, let's look at the video. Schedule looks consistent. Tweak the description. And I imagine TBD is what it says for everything. Saves you from getting... Yeah, I would find something more interesting to put there, though. And honestly, it is kind of neat if you ever get into a mode of maintaining that schedule. It does provide another avenue for your viewers to engage with your page and be like, oh, look, I know what TheKoolEagle's playing. And I mean, I know that does require some planning. Even if you populated that you know, game or description a day or two beforehand, it helps people kind of know what they're in for. Especially, you know, some people really like to know that stuff. But, you know, if you don't feel like it's worth maintaining, yeah, I mean, it does require some work. So let's look at videos, recent broadcasts, highlights and uploads. Looks like you got some Twitch things in there. Look at that. Look at all those. Look at all the... This is one really cool feature about Twitch Sings, is it just auto highlights songs, which is cool. You know, it's unfortunate that Twitch Sings is going away, because it had some really cool ideas in it. Popular clips, all videos. I often say this on this page: if you have content that you really, really want to show off, whether it be highlights or even VODs, but I'd be careful with recent broadcasts because they fall off, put them in a collection, which is essentially a playlist, and then feature it somewhere on here. If you have really good content that you really enjoy and that you want to get in front of viewers, create a collection and prioritize it on this screen. It lets the streamer shift these around however they see fit. It won't let you get rid of all these core categories, but it'll let you add and remove collections here. And so if you did want, you know, just a really great collection of clips, you could do that. You know, a playthrough of a game, something along those lines, you could do that here. And this would be good. This would be really... It's always helpful to do here. So consider doing that. All right. Looks great. Consider creating collections of content that you really, you know, that you really enjoy, or content that you want just want your community to see. So when it comes to clips, tell me about your clip generation. How does that work? Do you go back and generate clips? Or is it primarily, you know, you just, you know, you just upload them? Or do you have a your community. Almost entirely community driven. Okay, so you grab things. You grab things that look really good. This is something a lot of us don't do, and I'm still working on doing better with it. Is it's really good to have a community that is doing that for you, but I would do something to help you remember clippable moments. Like you can mark it in your stream. But those are the things, because you were asking about how can I grow, right? How can I reach more people? And so if you're really wanting to do that, what I would consider is grabbing the best clips from the community as well as the clips that you yourself are finding. And surely there are things that you can find on your VODs that might have been missed by the community. Find some great clips and share those regularly. Share them on social media, Twitter. If you use Instagram, Instagram's great for that. I would then, or even TikTok, if you're a TikTok user, especially TikTok. I would set up a service, a bot for your Discord that outputs clips too. Circulate those moments that are really funny, right? Or really like something amazing happened, or you said something stupid and it was worth seeing again. So get those clips. That is one of the things that will help you reach more people. Truly, it's very important. If you're interested in reaching more people with your content, make clipping and sharing clips a part of your routine. And I don't know what that routine looks like in terms of cadence, because it's different for everyone. Someone may have a dozen clips out of like 2 days worth of streams, and that's great. That's pretty rare. Some people will maybe have 1 or 2 really good clips per stream. And so then there's that. And then what I would do is I would share those clips on a somewhat regular basis, whether it's once a day or twice a day, depending on the content generated from those clips, because people will click on them, especially on Twitter. Engagement of media posts is much higher than anything else, that's on Twitter, because we have something to watch, look at. It does far better than standard text tweets. So get those clips. All right. Shall we look at a VOD? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Also, is there a particular VOD you would like to look at, or is the last one okay? Any of them should be fine. Okay, cool. Any questions? Thoughts on the clips? Maybe not Alien Isolation. Okay. We'll go with your Noida stream. That's the most recent. That looks like it happened yesterday. Is there music on your starting screen? There it is. Cool. So this is good. So does this swap out with the game that you're playing every time? Yes? Okay, cool. So let's see. We got music, which is great. Of course, using things that are clear to play on Twitch is perfect. We got a timer, which is excellent. Countdown timer is excellent. I've been saying this lately to a lot of people. Consider trying to get to like 3 minutes if you can. Keep it as short as you can. You want to really capture, this is another growth thing. Everyone that knows you and follows you or intentionally goes to your stream are totally willing to wait the time. And they're even more willing to wait when there's a countdown so they know exactly when to be paying attention. It's when you start seeing people who either browse to your, well, who browse to your Twitch channel either through recommendations or hosts or things like that. They may shut it off if they see a large timer. Everyone's threshold is different, and it's really how much you're willing to do for that. I would say most people are willing to wait 2 to 3 minutes. Otherwise, if they're not familiar with your stream and they see a timer much longer than that, or no timer at all, or no music, they'll probably leave. And again, that's if it's a non-intentional view to your stream. So they somehow got there via another manner, like an auto host, or like recommended on Twitch, or even they may have seen your tweet, your going live tweet through other means, whether a follower of yours liked it or retweeted it. They click on it and then they're like, oh man, I have to wait 5 minutes. So consider trying to go shorter. I totally get it. I think it's a mentality shift for people. I think streamers like to use, I myself have been there. We like to use that time, right? We like to use that time to do all the things that we were panicky not doing. Perhaps you're posting a tweet right now, or or perhaps you're opening the game in the background and testing it in another scene. Whatever it is, try to move that mentality of getting those things done during this part to just before you hit live. And I've been trying something different. I don't know if it's great, but on my regular game streams, I just do a frame with the game in it and a frame with my webcam in it, and it says, starting soon. And I don't say too much because the starting soon kind of indicates that I'm getting settled. But the moment a viewer comes in, which is usually about 2 minutes in, if not earlier, I stop and I greet the person who says something. I say hello, and I kind of explain, what I'm up to and what the stream is about. So consider that.
Everybody, how is it going? Welcome.
There it is.
Early. Wow. It's the timer, right? The timer made everyone actually come here early and stick around, right?
Oh.
Let's see. Ancho's here. Magna's here.
So the timer's new, right?
Here. Thanios is here. Kleinadev's here. Welcome, everybody. How are you doing?
The timer's new, yeah.
Turn the music down a little bit.
I think you mentioned that to me.
It was just the chill hop music in the.
It's the first stream with it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna leave chill hop running for the day because the music is pretty far in between on Noita. But yeah, we're gonna play Noita, and we tried to get the integration working properly, and I tried voting for myself, and it didn't count a vote. So maybe it doesn't count the streamer though. I don't know. That would make sense if they didn't let the streamer be voting. So, but yeah, let's hop in here. It should pop up here in just a minute, right? Come on, I'm in the game. There it goes. It just took a.
So, how did that work out for you with the new timer? What do you think? I know you made a comment there about people sticking around, but how was that? Do you think it helped at all? And normally, what were you? I'm kind of curious. What were you doing before the timer? Normally, it just said starting soon. Okay. How long into stream would you hit live? Out of curiosity. The timer pushed you to make sure you were live. I'm kind of curious. So yeah, am I right in my guess about the things that you were doing during the timer? You try to usually hit live at 8:25, so 5 minutes before you start. Writing tweets, going to the bathroom, getting something to drink, etc. Yeah. So yeah, what I would do is I would shift your mindset in terms of getting all that stuff done. I would take those 5 minutes. So at 8:20, I would write the tweet. I'd go to the bathroom. I'd get my drink. I would get ready, and then I would hit live. And then I would shoot for a 2 to 3 minute timer, and then use those 2 to 3 minutes not to do anything other than kind of getting your mental space good for a stream. Because I think we often, as streamers, we end up rushing ourselves here, right? We end up rushing ourselves, making sure we do the checklist of things that we need to do when we go live. Is my title correct? Is the game correct? Do my scenes look right for this game, etc.? And so take that time, shift it to beforehand, and then expect to expect to just be ready when you hit go live, for sure. You spent 30 seconds trying to push play and then you heard me? What do you mean? Oh, like because of this video? I mean, I'm here, I'm moving, I'm talking. We do have this VOD paused. There's still movement, although I see that I'm dropping frames because of my internet service. So I apologize. I've been struggling with internet trouble, and I've been talking to my provider, and they refuse to believe there's something wrong. But then things like this happen, where frames start to drop. Yeah, I've dropped 693 frames because my internet's going. My upload speed is dropping. So, oh, I promise you that I wasn't quiet. I've been talking, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It might be, maybe that's part of the dropping, but I see my quality just fluctuating. So I'm gonna file another complaint today, and hopefully someone does something about it. All right. So one thing I want to talk about, Kegel.
Starting soon. All right. I'm probably gonna leave Chill Hop running for the day because the music music is pretty far in between on Noita. But yeah, we're gonna play Noita, and we might have to play around with it a little bit because I tried to get the integration working properly, and I tried voting for myself, and it didn't count a vote. So maybe it doesn't count the streamer though. I don't know. That would make sense if they didn't let the streamer be voting. So
Yeah, I'm just
let's
so I'm actually normally here. Do you normally jump into game right away? Do you do any talking to your chat
come on. I'm in the game
at this point?
There it goes. It just took a second. Let me do something else really quick here before I.
And that may not be your. Yeah, you're usually into the game pretty fast. Okay.
I have beaten Noita, and it is so much fun. And it took me like 26 hours. It's broken. It's broken, Kev. Did they say it's broken?
There's nothing wrong with, and I know this is totally a style thing. This is totally a style thing, and if you never decide to do it, that's totally okay. But and maybe people are okay with it in your stream. What I would do is even take another minute, just another minute, and just chat with your chat. I mean, I saw you welcome everyone in, which is great. The engagement there was fantastic. But take a minute and be like, "Hey, dudes, what's going on? What are we doing today? You know, what are you up to?" Or just something short. It doesn't have to be long. You don't have to spend too much time on that screen. That felt really rushed, to be honest with you. It felt really rushed, like you were forcing the game here. And was this a sponsored stream? Or is this just you're celebrating a launch of a new recently minted 1.0 game, a one-off for the release? Yeah, I felt like you were rushing it, like you had to really get into the game, and I would say there's no rushing it here. You know, you could take a quick minute, because it really felt like you were wanting to, just get your hellos out of the way and then get to the game. Hey Rikai, welcome. I got your I believe that was you. I got your request for review, and we'll take a look. We'll take a look at that. Let's see. I may put you down for Monday. So if that's okay. And welcome. Good to see you. But yeah, you know, what I would say, Eagle, is that it felt kind of like you did the whole, oh hey, hi, welcome, cool, I see you, cool, let's just do the game, right? And
Fuck something up in the settings.
I would say I would and you've probably watched enough of these for you to remember me saying this. The reason why we have our audiences that we have, the viewers that we do, and the people that stick around, they are there for some combination of gameplay and you, but I'm willing to bet it's more like 80% Cool Eagle, 20% the gameplay. The gameplay is great and it makes a difference in a lot of different ways, but that was an opportunity when you started your stream to just take a moment and check on the people that are there. You have an active chat. Chat is great. Looks like you got a bunch of people in there, which is good. So take that time and be like, "Hey, what's going on? What's new?" There's no rushing here. It felt like you kind of dismissed the welcome. And I'm not saying take your sweet time. I'm not saying, take it really slow, but don't rush it either, So that would be one thing.
Oh yeah, here.
Help them connect. Help them connect with Eagle. They want it.
And every 2 minutes there's a vote, and then there's a voting time of 60 seconds.
He says as he bumps his
Yeah, we'll put his new sound on.
his mic with the mug.
Voting no, because I want to make sure votes are happening, and tiny ghosts can be named after viewers. That seems like fun. So the other thing I didn't understand was
But
install streaming integration mods.
you know, they want to know you, man.
Area, like when I clicked on that and it didn't have
They want to know you, and I think this is a good opportunity for you to do that. You know what I mean?
Even though the current one I have is a really badass wand, but it makes sense to start over, right?
I'm wiping up the coffee that I spilled.
Okay, perfect. Hey Zeb, how's it going? Welcome.
Let me know what you think of that, Cool Eagle. And again, this is outside perspective. This is someone who's not deeply involved with your community. Maybe your community is totally okay with that, and I imagine they are, but I'll tell you, when I took more time to talk to my chat like that, it definitely changed some things. For sure, you'll say a lot of games you can be paused and sometimes just get into talks. Yeah, totally, but that doesn't help. That doesn't help people that are there in that moment. You know what I mean? That doesn't help the people that are there in now and in that moment. Maybe it'll help them 20 minutes in, but maybe they're gone. But who, you know.
Instead of it does dynamite TNT. Oh, actually, that's different. That's different because last time I did it, I had like a magic arcane explosion.
So we're just gonna watch a little bit while I take notes.
Cool, it's working then. So you're making me slimy. You're gonna slime all over me, Kev. So yeah, the votes should happen every couple of minutes, and just pop up down there.
Does this require side chat here? Does Noida require traditional like Twitch integration? Like you have to log into Twitch with the game?
What the fuck is this shit?
Wow.
I've never seen this before. I don't like it. Oh my.
It just requires a channel name. That's excellent because I'll be on.
Alright, so the votes work. That's good. I'm happy about that.
I'll be on a different channel that I don't have the Twitch integration, like the Twitch account information in, other than the stream key.
Oh yeah, I'm nice and slow now.
And I was thinking about playing this. Yeah, you are a mature channel for your potty mouth. No worries, man. It just kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't paying as much attention, and then it just kind of happened. I was like, oh, okay. You know, I cuss too on my stream, but because I'm a late night streamer, it's far and few between, and I've been actually I'm trying to actually be better about that stuff still, even.
No, that's my money. Apparently that poisons me.
All right. Overlay is clean, man. You've only have the camera, which is impressive. That tells me something. That tells me that you really do value the the gameplay over most other things. I think there's a balance to achieve. Some people, you know, cover their stream with a ton of overlay stuff, and they kind of end up blocking a lot of the game, and they don't, you know, care. Some people take great pride and care in keeping a clean overlay, which is, I think it's good and it's commendable. I actually was like that for a very long time. But then I'm also finding that if there are things that I need to throw up on the overlay that are, you know, either helpful or just nice to know, I've started caring less about blocking UI. I still try to not block critical UI pieces, but I've gotten more away from the whole completely clean to complete, like, I'm not gonna jam pack my overlay with a bunch of things either. But this tells me, like, I don't even see, like, you know, some streamers do the recent sub, recent tip, etc. I don't see any of that here. Consider something small to that end, even just to say recent follow, recent sub, recent whatever. Not necessary. I get the feeling you don't want to gum up your stream with that stuff, but it does also help with viewer engagement and viewer retention. Okay, you have an emote wall. That's cool.
wish you could get into game. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, it's fun. Like,
You took off most recent
games like
UI elements.
really,
Okay.
I gotta beat it. I gotta beat it.
I would say that it's really to the taste of the streamer.
That would be terrible. Like this farther down, that's a terrible option.
You're let's see.
Yeah, some of them do have friendly fire, Clanadev.
Camera looks good.
But like the shurikens, anything that's like a physical projectile that you shoot out.
Audio balance seems fine.
The fuck is that? Oh, is that my portal?
So, I noticed here that you don't have any closed captioning solutions. Didn't see it. One thing for accessibility is to have closed captioning, and I know that's not as common now as what I would expect it to be, but it's certainly becoming more common, and there are a lot of closed captioning solutions. I prefer to use one that isn't actually an OBS plugin that feeds directly into the closed captioning system that the video player has, so viewers can turn it on or off, and it's also saved to the VOD. Quick aside, if you could, making those simple elements requires a real computer if you stream from console. Yes. Well, he uses his PC to stream, but yes, you are correct. Yeah, CC can be really funny too, even without the accessibility aspect. And let's talk about what accessibility means, right? It's not necessarily just people who have a hard time hearing, although that's part of it. But accessibility also, like in the event, there are people who want to watch the stream, but they're in an environment that's too loud, or they can't have the volume up too high, right? Closed captioning helps in that sense as well. So I highly, highly recommend it. The bare minimum, there are some extensions that just put it up on the screen. There's less versatility there. There are also some closed captioning solutions that allow you to output it to an element that goes into your overlay so you can control where it sits. So there are various solutions. I kind of went with kind of the tried and true, very simplified version that lets you just turn it on and off in Twitch's own video player. And I really like it because it carries to VODs. And so consider using closed captioning. And Rakai's right, it can be funny. There's so many times that I found closed captioning doesn't quite catch what I say correctly because maybe I'm not enunciating appropriately. Here I am doing that, enunciating. And oh good, it got it. Good. It understands me. Nope, it failed there. It ironically didn't understand the word understand. It said other stance. Actually, there are apps. I think Xbox. So Lightstream is a service that is starting to try to help streamers do such things from consoles, where you can do some simple overlay stuff. Yeah, no worries, TheKoolEagle. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. So let's scrub through this and see what else we can find.
Hello. Oh, bad. Apparently that's all bad stuff to stand on. Good to know. Or touch. Why aren't you dying? Oh my god. Okay. Can I... Is that not TNT? That's a brickwork, okay.
I'm just adding notes here.
I'm in a bad place?
Consider using closed captioning. Closed captioning. For viewers
Oh wow. I'm also in a good place.
who need
Good and
a
bad
way
place.
to interact or to consume the stream. Yeah, there's some very simplified solutions that allow you to add some overlay stuff to your console without needing a PC. But yeah, PC is the main way to do it for sure, Beth.
Oh shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just not a lot of solutions for that yet.
TNT, that was perfect. Jesus. All right, well, we're warming up. It's fine. He lured me down there with
All right,
his friend's gold. Not my fault. We'll try again.
I'm gonna scrub forward a little, about half an hour.
Yeah, see. All right. What's happening? Okay, what happened? I'm missing so much chat. I'm sorry, guys. Do I live off these subs? You said it supplies you beer, so I think in the end the answer is yes. Yeah, probably.
Okay, good. So there's more engagement there with the chat.
Probably accurate. The best kind of accurate. All that money because those are accidental deaths. Oh, so good. So good.
There was quite the lull in any kind of talking there. I know he's concentrating.
Think you can just like shotgun at me, sir? I mean, obviously he can. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna get through this portal because I'm dying. Man. Hi, Farseer. What's going on? What else is happening here? Didn't I con a girl into marrying you? I did con a girl into marrying me. But she takes care of my son full time because he has type 1 diabetes and is allergic to everything. So she had to quit her job.
Bless her heart.
Magna, thank you for those $10 as well donated.
Oh, look at that. So that sounds like a Darkest Dungeon alert.
I do appreciate it, though. All right. What's happening? Oh, no! Sea of lava! I gotta go fast! Shit! What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? I need to do this. I need to... Okay. This is fine. Everything is fine. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet. I'm just gonna put it up here. Okay, we gotta get out of here.
All right.
I want that, but no, just go, Kegel, go. Gotta get out. Toxic slug immunity perk lottery. Let's get the critical hit plus. I need fire immunity and lava immunity. Nope, don't like that.
So dead air isn't too bad, although there are a couple moments where it seems to go just slightly too long.
Right there.
Where he's not saying something.
Oh. It does scare us.
Okay.
Damn, 33?
Let's skip ahead a little further.
What does this thing do?
Like another half hour or so.
Your heart says 4, but 3. Well, I appreciate you not... Yeah, look. Oh, my God. Again, these are like high-level guys. It's kind of cool though. Okay,
How?
so that's now the punishment for doing this. Wow. I mean, okay. So no longer do I go for that. It's all bad times. Sorry, chat. It's good to
What do you
know.
guys think, chat? How do you think? How do you feel about his engagement? I'm kind of curious because I have some thoughts, but I'm kind of wondering what other people are thinking here. If you're looking at this, I think I think it's pretty solid at times. Rakai says I identify I struggle a lot with just talking to, yeah. There have been a number of moments where I wondered if he was gonna say anything, but then he did it just the last possible moment. So that tells me that he's got, he's got a real good focus on the gameplay. He does address chat in between things, which is totally normal, totally fine. But there are occasions where there are occasions where I think he goes slightly too long without saying anything. It's like borderline for
That
me.
bonus, it just spawns horrible things.
It's borderline for me.
Come on, kickflip. That's not what I wanted to do, but hey, look at this. Well, this looks bad. Or it already burned out. Oh, nope, there it goes.
You read once that you should be talking every 15 seconds. Yeah, my threshold is right around 10 to 15. And then I feel awkward about it when people are not talking on stream. I would say for me, it's a little awkward at the lower end of that window
That's a
too.
lot of poison. Gonna just go around that. So firebolts. This is a slime. Oh, I have the slime ball wand. Neat. What the hell? Chad,
Holy
what did
crap.
you do?
It is certainly hard if you're not practiced at talking regularly. And I'll be honest, I'm not a person known to fill a lot of time talking unless I really needed to. And I'm still considered a social um, and relatable person, but I don't just talk to talk because some people do that. And that's I'm referring to in my real life. So I understand what it's like to try and figure out how to fill time on a stream. Now I do have to say that I have something that some people don't in that I've done radio, I've done TV, I have some entry level experience in those aspects of media, and so I had to learn really hard how to kind of do that at least when the camera or the microphone are on, right? The biggest thing I can offer here, and I've talked a little bit about this in other reviews, um, is if you're having a hard time talking about anything during a game stream, start with actually just talking about your gameplay, whether it's narration or thoughts on what's happening right now. And I know that's hard. I know that's hard because you may be concentrating on the game, but continue to practice it and it becomes second nature. Nowadays, when I play games, I make a lot of noises to help fill that. I know that when I say this out loud, it does sound funny. I make noises to fill the dead air, but I kind of do, and a lot of it's reactionary, right? I say things like, and Cool Eagle is doing some of this too, but he's like, he yells or he reacts, based on what's going on. But I used to not do that at all, right? I just play my game and do my thing and mind my business. But nowadays, and this is reflexively now. I'm not even intentionally or um trying to actually do it. But yeah, now I'll yell like ow or holy crap that hurts or oh no, so adding those little things that punctuate your reactions to the game. I'm simply verbalizing my inner thought, right? That's already what's going through my mind when I'm playing these games. It's just training yourself to verbalize them as you play. That is what I would consider the bare minimum of engagement and addressing dead air in a stream. I would say it's still something people can use and it's still a good tool. I still use it. But ultimately, what you want to get to is you want to get to finding other ways to continue conversation while you play the game. And there should really be, depending on you, who you are, some kind of split between the gameplay and what chat is saying, right? And either not just reacting, and this is where a lot of people are having a hard time, and we don't see this enough. It's now more about um, prompting, right? It's about prompting your viewers to discuss something. Sure, Beth. Sure. I would say it's really about providing value, right? Like discussing the votes. So one advantage Cool Eagle has here is that they're voting on the outcome here and affecting the gameplay. So he can really be using those moments. And he kind of touched on it a little bit as he is playing, in terms of how they're voting, right? So you can talk about how they're voting, what they're doing.
That was a lot of money I just missed.
Yeah, I mean, let's be positive. Let's be positive about how we discuss these things too.
Does that
So
really
I went forward another
no.
30 minutes to see what else is going on.
Honestly, you thought someone was gonna come loot me? I mean, I can see that happening too. Oh, damn, the worm didn't dig far enough down. Damn you, worms! Oh, they heard me. The screen shaking is the worms when they get angry.
The trick with these games too is unfortunately chat gets spammy because they're voting. I know this because I've designed a game that does this exact
Summon
thing,
hollow egg. Summons an otherwise empty egg that casts a spell upon cracking open.
which
Interesting.
does make it difficult for the streamer to kind of parse what's happening in chat. It becomes a little more difficult to keep up because you have to wade through all the vote spam.
Oh! That guy scared the shit out of me. Wait, what's happening? What's happening? Bomb rain? No! No, why? I don't deserve this.
I would turn down the music slightly. The mix is okay, but
Oh, I think that might be worse.
I think the music could be like turned down just a bit. That music is his, not mine. So, for clarification purposes.
Everyone just stay down there.
Yeah, no worries, Beth. I'm just, let's remain
We won't have a problem.
positive.
hey, there's a wand over here. Oh, the worms were over here, I bet. Yeah, we'll replace this. What's this thing got?
You don't hear any music?
Critical on bloody enemies and
Here,
magic
hold on.
arrow with trigger. Oh, I hit a wrong button.
The music has stopped now on his stream. Oh, now it's lower. Oh yeah, it's going into another song.
What's going on? I see that you got here.
That's why.
It's hissy rain, and it's these horrible enemies that, and a lot of them are from like 2 or 3 levels down. I ran away. I ran away from where they all spawned. I have no shame. Oh yeah, look, okay, yeah, okay, cool. Check this out. So now that I went down a level, I can go back up a level still because of the worms.
That's cool.
This gets to be some wild and crazy shit. And now you might ask why I want to do this, because I can get to the surface now. Which, I mean, I guess if you portal me to the surface, that also gets me to the surface. But that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about getting up here because I'm going to go to a different area. I don't need a pheromone potion. Where'd that guy go? Oh, shit. Did he do that? What killed that thing, man? I think
so more of the same so far. Let's see if we can jump ahead even more.
Speedy juice. All right. Oh. It's like I ain't got shit, man.
There is a lot of cussing.
Like, why is this level, like, look at it. Why is this level already, like, shit on? What the fuck? What the hell? Oh, my God. That's not gonna help. Okay.
A lot of rage, man. And yo, that's totally up to you. That's not my style, but that's totally if you want to cuss that
like
much.
Punishment?
If you want to cuss that much, that's totally up to you.
Was I a good streamer, Dad? Oh my God.
Hey, Corbob, sounds like a family-friendly stream to me. Not at all.
Now I know why the level's gone to shit.
He doesn't claim to be. Though I would say with some certainty that if that is the main thing you hear for most of the commentary of the game, maybe give some thought to the content that you're building, and understand that that's what it is. Because I think some people do that without realizing how much they do it. And if you don't realize you're doing it that much, it sounds like TheKoolEagle knows that he is, but there is a fine balance though, right? Because I know that's who you are as a person in terms of how you talk. You don't want to necessarily change that, but it's good to know that when you cuss a lot, some people find it distracting and maybe don't see a whole lot of substance to what's being said if you're just yelling fuck and shit and hell repeatedly. So there's a balance there, right? Like, to me that means it's less emphasis on the quality of the commentary, and we're really more in it for the gameplay, which it takes all kinds of, in terms of like the spectrum of like, are you more gameplay focused? Are you more commentary? or some version in between or interaction there, right? And so uh it's really just about understanding where you are on that, that scale, and accepting it. And if you don't like where you are, if you find that, hey, I'm cussing way too much and it's distracting and it's not actually really creating the content that I would like to produce, then make a conscious change. If you're okay with it and you think, and if you totally want to do that, then good. Continue on. It's really about, and I've talked to other streamers about this exact thing. There are some streamers who don't realize they're doing it as much. They don't notice. And then when they look at their VOD or they hear it or someone comments on it or a friend says something, they're like, "Oh man." Because I've been that friend to other streamers where I'm like, "Oh dude, you just like cursed for like the last, 3 minutes, like 70% of the time." And if that's the content you're not wanting to make, then make a change. If you're comfortable in that and knowing that's what it is, then that's okay. That's totally okay. More than anything, I think it's really just taking a look at what you're saying and understanding that's what you're
These
doing.
are like high tier enemies too. I hate how they shoot off projectile. What? Magma!
Oh man. That is rough.
What the hell? What did you chat? What did you do?
That's a good moment.
There's like uranium or something.
There's some
like
really good moments
rock.
in here though. Let's pop forward a little bit more and see how he ties up the stream, and then we'll close it down.
Jesus! I will be back tomorrow night. E&K, we got a friendly ghost.
All right.
What time is it? Guys, I am gonna stop a little early. I'm sorry. I gotta go check on my son's blood sugar and go give him some insulin. Yeah, now I'm the friendly ghost, but this is fun. They've definitely made some changes to Noita. Even without like your difficulty stuff added to it, the game has gotten a lot harder. So good luck everybody trying to beat it now. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow night. We are picking up Alien Isolation again. I need to figure out what I'm going to do because, my god, that game is incredibly frustrating. Like, this was cathartic and easy and nice compared to Alien Isolation, just the way that the freaking Xenomorph
and he
stalks
seems
you.
stressed during
That's
that.
the plan. Tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hope to see you there. We're going to play and see if we can get past it and move forward. And I want to beat that game before October ends. I don't know if it'll happen, but we're going to try, damn it. I guess I have to. But all right, let me find somebody else who is playing video games right now that I can send you all over to go say hi to.
Cool.
Let's see. Oh, well, I do have one person I see who's also playing Noita that we could go harass. I'm just checking if there's anybody else that would be a good fit.
So that was a pretty good end. Let me see if he actually let me see if he says anything else really quick here.
No, yeah, we're gonna send you over to Blue Zest. I like to keep it with the game. Keep everyone together. Yeah, we're gonna go see Zest. We're gonna go raid Zest. So go make some noise in Zest channel. He will keep you entertained. He's a lot more hyperactive than I am. So
no, he was pretty active.
He will keep you entertained for sure. He's always a good show. But you guys have a wonderful night. I'm gonna go give my son some insulin, and then I'll probably be back to hang out for a bit. All right.
Okay.
Good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.
Not a bad ending. You went to the camera. He went to the camera, which is good. He acknowledged that he was ending the stream. He thanked people for coming by. Have a good night. That's good. Explained who they're rating. The only thing I would do here is just, and I know he was in a hurry because he had stuff to do. So normally if he's not in a hurry, what I would recommend is, say the time that you're live next, right? Maybe briefly touch on your schedule. Say, hey, I'll be live tomorrow at this time. Check out, it's also a good time to say, check out my Twitter or my Discord if you want to chat at me in other places. Please join them. And then link. I think overall not too bad, but certainly some little tweaks. Did he say tomorrow? Oh, I might have missed that part. I apologize. I did miss that part. All I heard was I gotta go, and I heard Blue Zest. I heard the name Zest like 50 times. So maybe I did miss it. Thank you, Rikai, for pointing that out. Um, but also just, the other ways to get a hold of him is also excellent here, is what I would point out. I would say overall, channel is in a pretty solid spot. There's some minor tweaks that I would make to the panels. I would say there are a couple things he can do with his chat engagement. I think there's a couple places where he could have you know really talk to chat a little bit more. But also Noida seems like one of those games that creates a lot of focus, right? So you're going to be trying to not die. So I totally understand what that's like in a game. It's certainly, as a streamer, really hard to balance your gameplay where you're trying not to suck so bad against interacting with people who are chatting at you. I think a little more engagement with them would be good here, as well as the ability to kind of fill that dead air a little bit more. Like I described earlier, every so often, he did a really good job overall, but every so often it felt like he would linger without saying anything. And in the last possible moment where I begin to wonder if he's going to say something, he finally does. And so just kind of working on filling that a little bit more, whether it's, you know, verbalizing his thoughts as he plays the game and narrating or doing commentary on what's happening. Um, I'll admit too, some of that filler sound was just him yelling and cussing a lot, which is totally a style. Um, and if that's the style that he wants to go for, then great. Otherwise, if he thinks it's too much, he should scale it back and replace the fucks and the shits and the and the hells with things that you know better engage his chat. So it's totally overall pretty good. I would say fill that time a little more. He did have the question of, how can I reach, improve my reach with, new viewers or getting the channel out there more. That takes a lot of work that goes beyond the actual stream itself, right? That includes work like the clips, getting the clips that he really, really enjoys and sharing them out on things like social media. Um, Also, the Discord, like mention his Discord and his Twitter at the very end, because if he can build another connection to people who at least watch today, that will help his retention in terms of getting people back into the channel the next time he's live, because he has that other avenue of saying, "Hey, I'm live right now, come check me out," or "Hey, here was a cool clip. Don't forget, the Cool Eagle. This is my channel. These are the shenanigans I get into," right? So there are a couple ways to kind of do the work to get more people into the stream. Rating is another thing that can be an excellent way to build connections on Twitch. So I'm glad that he was able to do some rating. Putting his community in front of another community is always nice, because it can mutually benefit both parties in terms of the person who rated and the person who got rated. Um, More than anything, in that immediate moment, it does a bit more for the person who got rated, because they're getting those viewers and from the previous stream. But if done right, and again, I know that Cool Eagle was in a hurry. He's going to be AFK after this. But if done right, if you spend a little time in the channel that you're raiding and getting to know that person's community, especially if it's someone you don't know as well, that goes a long way. Just getting to know those other people and chatting them up, because then they'll draw that connection of like, oh yeah, Cool Eagle raided the person I'm watching right now. Maybe I'll pop on by, right? Or maybe I'll click follow and check them out later. So it doesn't just stop at hitting the raid button. It stops at, constantly, after the fact, after making that connection. And I get it. As someone who's a late night streamer myself, I have a hard time, staying in the raided channel for too long when I even decide to raid. Um, but I do try to make a point to hang out for some time, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and I chat up the community of the person that I rated. So that's another way to extend your reach. And rating is good. There's certainly some pointers on how we can improve your raid interactions too. I wish there was a better way for me to find the other end of the raid interaction, right? Instead of having to, maybe look on Blue Zest's channel, find the right VOD and script through the VOD and maybe find the rating aspect of it for when Cool Eagle joined, but that's a little more involved. But there is work to be done on the other end of that. And I totally get it, because when you raid, it means you're done. And so you may not stick around, but I would consider, if you're gonna raid, maybe end 5 minutes earlier than you think you're gonna, so you can make time for that and build those relationships. That's all I really have. I don't know. What do you guys think? Any other thoughts? I'm gonna open it up to thoughts and questions, and then we'll get out of here. Overall, some solid stuff, doing some good things. I think it's a matter of thinking about the kind of content that he's creating, and where he goes from there, right? What he wants to do in terms of how he wants to grow, and saying, okay, well, yeah, this is my content, this is what I'm gonna do, and here's how I'm gonna reach out to other channels and other viewers. But the clips are a powerful thing, and rating can be a powerful thing. He has a pretty solid Twitter presence, so that's good. Overall, it's solid. There's some tweaks I would make for him to um to improve his engagement and watchability. I did feel again at the beginning of the stream, he rushed the opening a little bit. He kind of said hi. He read out names out loud. He said hi, and then he said, "Okay, let's play the game." I think if he really wants to build a good community, I would spend like another 20 seconds on that, or 30 seconds on that. Saying welcome. Maybe saying hi. Maybe asking a quick question of who he saw. In the chat. Look for those opportunities to make those connections that are watching. That's all I've got, people. That's all I've got.